Okay, well, first of all, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking this interview. My name is Miguel Soriano. I am from Sons of KS in Latin America. Congratulations on the result today, starting with the right foot. Back again with NAVI. It was, I think, you were their last opponents on kickoff, and also the result was on your side. So, starting this stage, how are the sensations on the team? How are you guys feeling in order to face this new stage and having the goal of going to Toronto?
I think the vibes in the team are really good right now. Practice is going really efficiently. Everyone is like putting in a good amount of effort as well, and we're also just getting a lot of efficiency out of our practice. And then when we come onto stage, we're using the stuff that we practiced, and it seems to be working. We look quite comfortable on stage, and we had a kind of controlled atmosphere despite losing a few rounds that I think we shouldn't have lost. Maybe in scrims I would have been like, but on the stage I was very chill today.
Yeah, we saw. I saw the interview, the post match interview with Crashes. He was talking about how you guys are like a brothers, like a brotherhood there inside the team. You guys do stuff together outside practice and else. Um, how important is this to you? I mean, I know you've been with a different group on the past years, a group that you also have in high steam. I saw you there rooting for Vitality when Durkee was on stage. So how important is to you? How important would you say is this dynamic with the group and having like a good vibes on within the team?
I think it's so important. Like I think it's one of the things that I pride myself for as an IGL, and that is maintaining like a good atmosphere within the team. People are feeling like comfortable and welcome to speak up if they want to, and yeah, just making sure we're doing some stuff together. That's more so on our like manager Colin and like the coaches. They really like doing team bonding activities. Um, and yeah, so we just got to make sure that we're comfortable with each other, because then in scrims and stuff we can really voice what we want to say. And we want to make it fun. We're seeing each other every day. We don't want to go to work thinking, oh my goodness, I got to see Boaster today, and that guy is a whining baby.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's something that has distinguished you from a lot of time. I think since we saw you in that Worlds in 2022, you always had like the greatest vibes on stage. And talking about this, there was some criticism towards you last year, I believe, when Fnatic started like having a rough time on stage. I think this was prior to Tokyo, I believe.
Mm.
I
It
can't
would have
remember.
been
Yeah,
prior to
it was 2
China.
years ago. Yeah, yeah, to Shanghai. And yeah, there wasn't like the greatest feelings over there. People can be harsh sometimes because they tend to forget that you guys are human beings, and loss is also part of the competition. Not the greatest part, but yeah, it's a part nevertheless. So how do you cope with the criticisms nowadays? Now that you are up to this point, you are referent from your team, you are one of the top players around the world. So how do you cope with this criticism and sometimes negativity from people?
I think is you got to wise up. Essentially, I'm a performer. I go on stage, and my job is to perform uh, and play the game. Now, a performer doesn't go to the audience and goes, "Oh, how was that, by the way?" Like, "Oh, did I do all right?" No, they don't. They just put on the show that the people come and watch. And I think that's how you have to view the comments and stuff. The negative comments is that they're literally, I'm on the stage, they're not, so it's irrelevant what they say, because they don't know the full extent as to what's happening, why I make the calls, why I play bad. Um, but I think the biggest difference between last year and this year is that my expectations for last year were a lot higher. And then when it wasn't going as well, it was a bit of a panic button and everything. But this year, I don't have any expectations. I just want to enjoy the game again. I want to have fun. I want to chill. I'm not even actually working as hard sometimes. Like last year and stuff, I'd be like, oh, I need to get this done. Now this year, sometimes it'd be like, I need to get this done. Like last night, I could have watched back some of our VODs, But I was just thinking, honestly, to get the best out of myself tomorrow, I'd be better off just sleeping. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I did. And I was just like, I'm not going to be able to fast fix loads of stuff now. So I'll just focus on actually being healthy. And I think it's working. I mean, I felt good today. And I was shooting really well at the start. But then everyone else started stealing my kills, you know? So unlucky.
Yeah, there's teammates that, well, they weren't stealing your kills, they were trying to protect you. So that's what I tell to my team every time
That's
they talk. And well, talking about this, what we were talking a little bit earlier, sometimes people lose focus on you guys are persons, you got have a life, you got hype struggles like everyone else. Um, but people tend to forget that they just want to see results. They want to see you winning. They want to see Fnatic lifting trophies and everything. But what would you say it's one of the biggest challenges, if not like the hardest part, of being a pro player in Valorant?
I think the hardest part of being a pro player in Valorant is consistency. Especially when you are juggling the comments of people and what they think of you. Uh, the best thing to do is not really pay too much attention to it and understand that you are the performer and they are just the audience, and not take anything that they say to heart, because that's what a real life person would do too if they're on the stage. And I think that is it. Like, consistency is so hard. You need to have routine, a structure, and you need to be disciplined. And I think these are the things that make a really good player. And then you've got talent and actually how much they work and stuff. But I think the hardest thing and the biggest downfall of players is once they start getting mentally affected by everything. It ruins the whole experience of literally playing on stage in front of thousands watching online. Not on the audience, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think it's just so important.
Okay, thank you for that. And well, going back to the schedule of games you have. Next week, well, next game it's Vitality. You're gonna face Turkey once again. um, and you have Apex, you have Giantex, and you have Heretics on the way to Toronto. So, of these four teams, which is the one you are wanting to face the most?
I'd say Vitality. You know, they got Durka on that team, but I don't think it's less so about Durka. I think it's more so about that team, and like I want to see if we can beat them. Because since everyone is believing that we won't beat them, and so I kind of just want to see what happens. I honestly, the result doesn't bother me too much, but it would be a fun game. I know Durka probably really wants to play us as well. Other than that, like, I'm happy to play whoever. I tend not to think too much about it anymore. I just go with the flow. You know, prepping, doing my work, and just want to play on stage and enjoy it again. So that's really my focus.
Oh, that and that's awesome. I think not to overthink, just like to go with the flow. And I think that, yeah, our time is almost up. But you have a huge fan base here in Latin America, Fnatic, Boaster, and we're looking forward to see you at some event. I think last time you were near here was which was LA. Yeah, I think it was that
Yeah.
time. But do you have like any words for Latin American fans that will be rooting for you through this stage and wherever you guys go?
I think it's crazy because it's been years and I've played, and every time I get interviewed by Sons of KS, it's like you have a lot of Latam fans, and I'm just surprised we have Latam fans. I'm just really thankful for it. It's crazy. I'd really love to go over there. I'd like to go visit, and yeah, I just think thank you for all the support. I know it's early in the morning for you, or not exactly the most ideal time, but I do appreciate it. And hopefully one day I'll get to see you, give you some stickers, autographs, pictures, you name it. I'll be there for you. So appreciate that very much. So
Yeah, well, we'll be looking forward to get that boosty stickers. Yeah,
yeah,
those
that's
are
right.
those are legendary. So, well, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for this interview. Best of luck and success for next matches. We really hope to see you guys in Toronto later on this year. Yeah, we know you can do it, guys. So,
Yes.
well, thank you so much. And best of luck for the next games.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Have a lovely evening, day,
It's
day,
yeah, it's kind of noon, yeah, basically.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see you then.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Vamos a luchar con nuestras peñas la victoria alcanzar. Vamos a esta